Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to jump into the Maya software and start learning about how to create lights. Now, in the Maya interface, the first thing we're going to do is set our workspace. My Maya interface is currently set to an animation workspace. So we'll switch by going to Windows, Workspaces, and choose Maya Classic. You can also switch workspaces using the Workspace selector in the upper right-hand corner of the interface. It's not strictly necessary to change the workspace, but the classic view is a good starting place for many kinds of work in Maya. We'll also open up an outliner by using the outliner toggle button on screen left. Now that we've got our interface ready to go, let's start making some lights. The first and probably most obvious place to create lights is through the Create menu in the main menu bar. Go to Create, Lights, and you'll see the full list of available Maya light types. If you want, you can tear off this menu and keep it handy for convenience by clicking the top of the menu box. You can also access the Create menu through the Maya hotbox, which you can get to by pressing the spacebar anywhere in the interface. The second place to create lights is through shelf buttons. By default, Maya groups all of the light creation buttons into the rendering shelf. Just press the shelf button and you've got a light. The third place to create lights is a new tool called the Light Editor. We'll open the Light Editor by going to Windows, Rendering, Light Editor. Since we've already got the rendering shelf open, let's go ahead and create a new shelf button to make this tool even more accessible. Just Control-Shift-Click to add whatever menu item you want to the shelf. And now we've got a convenient place to open the Light Editor. The Light Editor interface lists all of the lights in our scene, and provides buttons along the top of the UI for creating all of the basic light types. If we create a new light, you'll see that it shows up inside the Light Editor. We'll be talking a lot more about the Light Editor and its use in a future lesson. You'll notice that there are more buttons here in the Light Editor than in the Create menu. The Light Editor is also including buttons for Arnold-specific lights, namely Arnold area lights, photometric lights, and sky domes. These lights can also be created from the Arnold menu and the Arnold shelf. So if you go to Arnold, Lights, you have a complete list of Arnold lights, and for convenience, all of the Maya lights as well. I highly recommend setting up your workspace in whatever way you're most comfortable working. Personally, I like to have my own custom shelf for lighting, where I can combine the Maya lights and Arnold lights that I'll be using. To do so, click the gear icon by the shelves and choose New Shelf. Give it a name, and we can add whatever items we want. I'll go ahead and do that and return shortly. The final way to create lights is through the scripting languages supported by Maya, namely Mel and Python. Just as an example, the Mel command to create spotlights is Spotlight. And if you're interested in coding, there's a whole world of interesting things you can do by automating light creation. So now that we've figured out how to create lights, it's time to figure out how to place them. That's the subject of our next lesson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.